Hello, Star Wars Galaxy of Hero Players, and Shorto. Today I'm going to be covering the kit of Mon Mothma, on top of some possible teams that'll work with her under the Rebel faction. And I know some people are actually excited for this. I am an excited person for this character. I'm not, maybe not as excited as if I were to see, like, say, Darth Bane come to the game, or some more Sith variants, or even like a Sith shuttle for Sith Darth Sidious, because we already have Emperor Palpatine in his shuttle. We should have the shuttle he revives. He revives the shuttle. Arrives on Mandalore to fight Maul and Savage. That shuttle he should have. But anyways, man, I'm doing good. Mon Mothma is a unique kit. Now, I'm excited for it just because of the Rebel Fighter tag and what Rebel Fighters I do have, and a few other comps that I would like to try running with her. She does show up. I am actually recording on the day of 5/20 24. Or not 5/24, gosh, 7/24, man. I went back 2 months. That'd be nice, dealing with stuff in real life. So, yeah. So her event doesn't come out until about Monday? Friday? Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So about, Monday. Yeah, so about Monday or so, we'll be getting Mon Mothma, which is nice. I'm excited because of the Rebel Fighter tag. And I have a couple of Rebel Fighters ready to go, and a couple of just regular Rebels ready to go with this team. And I'll show you those comps in a minute. Where'd you go? There she is. So Mon Mothma, so far, she's a light side support, leader, Rebel, and she's also, so she's like 2 sets of characters. Possibly more if you think about it. So, Mon Mothma is like Hoda, 3PO, and Wat Tambor. Not the 3PO connected to Chewie, just a regular 3PO, C-3PO. Because she is also a character that if there's no other combatants, she will disappear from battle. She is also a character that also summons a unit. Actually, that is something I'm curious about. Does the summoned unit... When there are no allied combatants, this unit escapes from battle. A unit can't be revived if the summoning is... Okay. So if no other combatants, that means you take out the summoned character and her? So that means, yeah, that makes... I don't know. I feel like you should also still at least take out the summoned character before you take Mon Mothma out. But yeah, she also summons, like, ARC Trooper and Brood Alpha. So this is cool and unique. So... Her basic is definitely similar to Hoda. I would say there's one improvement I would like to see, but let's see. Dispel all debuffs on the weakest Rebel ally. Rebel allies recover 6% health and protection. Granted, she doesn't really work. She's meant for the Rebels only. That makes sense. I feel like there should at least be half that amount for maybe Galactic Republic, but she never really... This is more of the Return of the Jedi Mon Mothma. Maybe a little bit into contrast of Rebels Mon Mothma as well, because that's where you actually see her summoned character. It never would hurt if you actually allowed for, like, other allies gain, the 3% health and protection or recover. Maybe not the dispelling, but it is still a cool effect. So this one's really interesting. Revive a random Rebel fighter ally with 40% health and protection. All Rebel allies, not Rebel fighter, Rebel allies. A lot of her kit is around Rebel fighters, more than Rebel allies. But she's a Rebel, not a Rebel fighter. The Rebel fighters rallied to her. All Rebel allies have their current health percentages equalized. So we got a Rebel that equalizes health. We have 2 Jedi that equalize health. Darth Revan equalizes health with other Sith, kind of a Sith thing. He takes it so he can equalize himself. But also helps trigger Malak too if he takes enough damage to where Malak can just heal himself back up. So that's always nice. But all Rebel allies, equalize, and then rally Mon Mothma and all Rebel fighter allies. So tanks taunt and gain critical hit immunity for 2 turns. That's huge for a tank. Attackers assist. Healers and supports restore 15% health and protection to allies. So that isn't bad. Field promotion. Summon a Rebel Trooper. If Rebel Trooper is already present, they are promoted to Rebel Officer. And if they're officer, they're commander. And if they were already a rebel commander, dispel all debuffs on them and recover 25% health protection. And reduce all cooldowns of Mon Mothma and all rebel fighter allies by 1. This ability only can be used if all allies are rebel at the start of the battle. So this is an all rebel team. So yeah, okay. So I will admit my change on the basic doesn't work as well. I will admit I've read through the kit, but I haven't really read through it, especially with the game text versus the other text. And now it is stated that this character is supposed to be a 3, which probably this ability, leader and unique are all Zetas. Supposed to be a 3 ability Zeta. 3 Zeta ability character. So, leader. At the start of turn, if Mon Mothma is in lead, she and all rebel fighter allies gain 8% of their combined base max health, protection, offense, defense, potency, and tenacity. Okay, this is one I should have mentioned that should be other rebel allies gain half these bonuses. That would have been kind of a cool thing to actually at least still incorporate other rebels, but a lot of her synergies with rebel fighters. And I'll go over the rebel fighters too. Mon Mothma and rebel fighter allies have a 100% chance to assist each other whenever they use an ability during their turn, dealing 90% less damage, limited to 1 per turn. If that ability dealt no damage, so like Mon Mothma's basic healing and stuff like that, then it's reduced, the damage penalty is reduced to 40%, 5% less. And the ally dispels all debuffs on the healthiest rebel ally. So they have a dispelling debuffs on a healthiest and a weakest. That's not bad, that's not bad. So kind of key, and it's just the middle rebels, the average rebels of health and protection are just kind of like, yeah, whatever. Mon Mothma gets 50 speed and can't be targeted. She can still be damaged. Keep that in mind. She can still be damaged by AoE effects, but can't be targeted. And is immune to taunt effects. Which means if she can't be targeted, she can't be targeted with death. I wonder if they'll have to change it with Darth Revan. Like Darth Revan can't target her to give her fear. I also think that she should, and she also escapes if, no other combatant allies are in battle. But I don't know if like someone, if you target a taunting tank, say like Baze is a rebel fighter. You target Baze gets fear and Mon Mothma gets fear. If they all someone falls below 50% health, does Mon Mothma get death mark? And if she does, how does that work? That's one question I have, and I wonder if they will address it when things start getting tested out. I'm pretty sure something will happen, because Deathmark focus targets on him, like a taunt, is a forced taunt. Oh, she is immune to taunt effects. Never mind. Actually, Deathmark doesn't work that way. Mark doesn't work. I'm sorry, I'm already contradicting myself in my own video. But I'm leaving it because, yeah. It's something to think about until you read the kit. Can't be targeted and is immune to taunt effects. Taunt. Mark. Death mark. If there's any others, yeah. So yeah, that's always nice. And then there is the Rebel Trooper. Dispel all buffs on target enemy. This is his basic, which is nice. Rebel allies gain defense penetration up for 2 turns. And he's also attacker too. Attacker, rebel fighter. Rebel allies gain defense penetration up. But what's nice is you could throw her under, say, like Akbar lead. And this field promotion, if they were where to go, if all allies are rebels at the start of the battle. Not that they would randomly change sides in the middle of the battle, that'd be weird. Baze Malbus became a Sith Lord. That'd be nice. I'd be like, not a Sith Lord, but just a Sith. I'd be like, yeah, use that Baze as a auto taunter over Sith Trooper. But anyways, the ability can only be used if all allies are rebels, so that means she can be used under a Commander Luke Skywalker. So that's something cool. But I really like this kit. And I will show the Rebel Fighter faction, because it is in here now. Rebel Fighter. So weird. These are all the Rebel Fighters. They pulled in all the Rogue One, Wigs, or Wedge and Biggs, Lando Calrissian, and then the Hoth Bros. And Cara Dune, even. Cara Dune. So we got that. My question is, everyone's even actually asking this, where's Fulcrum Ahsoka Tano? Because during Rebels, she was working with Mon Mothma in other areas, as well as the Phoenix team. And they also worked with Mon Mothma. Why aren't they Rebel fighters? They deserve that Rebel fighter tag. As well as Fulcrum Ahsoka does deserve the Phoenix tag. So here's some Mon Mothma teams. Keep in mind, Akbar, like I did with Chewbacca, and I did with Luke. I think I used Farm Boy Luke, if I remember right. But I did with Clone Wars Chewie because I didn't have him unlocked yet. Admiral Akbar is in place of Mon Mothma. So to pretend Mon Mothma's there. But then again, if you think about it, having... ooh, that's one thing I want to see. I didn't see that. What is... I'm going to have to actually look that up on... what? Because she gets 50 speed. I was thinking of Akbar. 61? That's low. So you had 50 speed. I don't know why they did that. Oh, I should have just left the base speed. Give her another stat in there or something. But her base speed right now, at level 1, is 61. I wonder what it goes to. But yeah, so it's really 101. Anyways, so sorry about that. But Akbar does give speed. He has his own assists in there. Maybe not as much as Mon Mothma's assist. Because if you think about it, Mon Mothma might actually be 100% countered against... or Trey will 100% counter her. Because all those assists will destroy the Rebel fighter faction. Just like the bugs. It destroys the bugs. But they don't have a lot of high... like, they don't have Geospy in there. But they do have Fulcrum Ahsoka. And that's why, so the first team here is based on what they suggested in the forum post, but I really want to talk about this team here. This is a very possible team. Mon Mothma, Chirrut and Baze, Fulcrum Ahsoka, and then using the new 3PO and Chewie, or Chewbacca, or 3Baka. Using that team could be really interesting, because they won't, Fulcrum Ahsoka is not a Rebel fighter, and neither is 3Baka. But 3Baka still grants everyone else, like if you build her up with a bunch of health and protection, because no one's really going to build Mon Mothma offensive based because she's a non-attacker. So you're going to always build her with like the most health and speed and stuff like that. But 3Baka actually grants everyone, all Rebel allies, offense, defense, what was it? Offense, defense... max offense, defense, health. It's basically what she grants to the Rebel fighter faction. So she grants the Rebel fighter faction, and then Chewbacca grants it again, a 20% across the, of what Mon Mothma's is. Then he also grants the crit avoidance, which is also beneficial, especially on Baze, if you run crit avoidance Hera, which I do on my Baze. I definitely do, because that is so worth having that critical avoidance there. Yeah. Of course, I want to like to 6-dot it eventually so I can get to 35. But this team actually might be viable for Fulcrum Ahsoka. Literally might be viable. She'll be granting all the buffs to other guys. Chewbacca or 3Baka will definitely grant a bunch of buffs again. So Fulcrum Ahsoka might actually be a viable use under a Mon Mothma lead. Because Mon Mothma also does summon the other Rebel trooper that becomes a Rebel commander. So there's going to be 2 attackers. You could actually run Chirrut, 3 attackers with 3PO, 3Baka, and Chirrut would definitely be a way to, keep things cleansed up. If they get crit, they also get healing over time. So yeah, there is that. There's also a team you can actually go way tankier and go Chase, Cara Dune, and Scarif Pathfinder. Just for all that synergy. There's also the fact, because everyone's assisting in this team, running a C-3PO in there is not bad either. Just because of all the expose that will be bouncing around. All those assists are going to ruin people. And that's why I went 3PO and 3Baka for the boost of damage and whatnot, and the potency. So yeah, that's another viable option. This 3Baka is really good, not just in a CLS team, but in a Mon Mothma team, because he grants so many buffs. Yeah, he can do his massive AoE. He does also grant blind, or give the enemy blind, but having the effect of his unique is really key to this team. You can also do a full big full-on big tank where it's Scarif, Kara, and K2SO. You also have Wiggs and Chase. I used to do Wiggs, Chase, Fulcrum, Ahsoka. Here and there in Grand Arena, it did pull some banners, or it did, trip some people up. Took 2 or 3. There has been a few times. Of course, this was in the last 6 months or so. Like about 4 months and prior, anytime I did a 5v5, Wiggs and Chase and Fulcrum. And then I eventually moved it to Jin and Cassian to give those extra buffs at the start. There's also the fact you could use just a full Rebel Fighter faction with Bist and Pow. If you've geared any of them up previously, some people have geared up Pow for the Chex Mix team against the Sith Triumvirate raid. So Pow could be up there, and if you have geared the other guys, yes. The last one, which also correlates with the 3 Baka, but I feel like 3 Baka might be better than Cassian, is the fact of all the buffs given with Cassian at the start of the battle. And if you have a Zeta, he also gives protection up, so that's an extra buff to apply very at the beginning. So yeah, these are some really good ideas for some teams you can work with to utilize a lot of these underutilized Rebel Fighter teams or Rebel Fighter units. I feel like Mon Mothma is definitely going to be the Brute Alpha for Rebels. Well, at least the Rebel Fighter faction, the new Rebel Fighter faction. Kind of a General Veers in a way, a kind of, ARC Trooper, kind of a Hoda Wat Tam. She's kind of a lot, but just for this faction. The reason why I'm excited for it is because of Fulcrum Ahsoka, that one team I mentioned at the very beginning, that second team listed, Mon Mothma, Chase, Fulcrum, and then the new Chewie. And yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing how this works. I may eventually get my 3 Baka up to at least gear 11. I don't think I'll Zeta him at this time. Its Zeta will come on down the road. Any Zetas I apply, I might be applying to Mon Mothma for all of her abilities, so that when 5v5 comes around again, I can throw this as a back wall defensive team and see if it will actually trip up anybody. Because if it trips people up, that's going to be huge in my favor. Because I've actually, the 3 people I have gear 12 right now, I would love them to actually be at least Relic 4. A minimum of Relic 4, Relic 2 to 4 range, I'd be fine with. But it costs resources, and yeah. So, but that's my thoughts on Mon Mothma and some teams that she could potentially use under her. Yes, there's a lot more. There's options of running R2-D2 in there, like this one here with the C-3PO. We can also use R2-D2 to boost everyone even more. Number crunch. Then you got 3POs. I think I got to tell them. What was it? I don't want to say never tell the others. I must tell the others. But I must tell the others. But nice thing is also, if you do this C-3PO one, he also grants defense penetration, potency, and what was the other one? It was potency. Well, that's that one. Defense penetration, potency, and I think crit damage. Yeah, crit damage. So he boosts more damage. And I'm pretty sure instead of 3 Baka, you could also do Ahsoka Tano in that spot. 3PO will also be granting translation. That's another buff that she could use. So you could theoretically see a 5th non-Rebel fighter in this faction being Fulcrum Ahsoka. I'm pretty sure some people will test that out. If I do see anyone in the when she comes out Monday or Tuesday, I may actually give a donation suggestion saying, hey, try out Fulcrum Ahsoka. See how it works, Fulcrum Ahsoka 3 Baka with Chase. See how that team works. And if it's not Chase, you could do Cara Dune and Rebel Pathfinder. They revive. So, yeah, that's my thoughts again. Let me know if I missed any possible ideas. Yes, obviously you could use 3PO, Chewie, Han, and CLS. There's a lot of other Rebels you could use that are not in there. Some Phoenix team members, like you could use Sabine and Fulcrum Ahsoka's spot with the if you mod her for high damage, but her armor shred with her Darksaber ability. That could be another thing that really hampers people. Massing assisting on someone that has, a permanent undispellable armor shred on them, that could hurt them. So yeah, again, let me know in the comments below. Did I miss any? And yeah, thank you for watching, and you guys have a phenomenal day.